I assume that you have downloaded the software. So now is the time to understand the graphical user interface, which is divided into 9 parts. The first part being the application bar over here in the leftmost corner, top corner that is, which houses data panel, file menu, the option to save your file, redo and undo. Inside the file menu, you can create a new design. You can open a design, you can upload a file that you have saved in your system. You can save it from here as well. You can export your files, you can share it, you can capture your image and many more. The second part is the data panel, in which you can create new projects. You can see the designs that you have created, or also you can add people, or basically you can invite people to moderate or just to participate in the projects that you are making. The third part is this profile and help section over here, where you can see the notifications from Fusion 360 from the notification center. You can see the job status if we are talking about assembly, rendering and simulation. You can take help and you can see your Autodesk account, profile, preferences, or you can just sign out from here. Fourthly, we have the main toolbar over here. This is where the actual action begins. This toolbar has an option to change the workspace. Initially, by default, it is design. You can change it to render, animation, manufacture, drawing, and in some cases generative design and simulation also. It depends upon the license that you are using. And inside this main toolbar, we have these tabs which contains different set of tools. This we will gradually come to understand when we are propagating through the course. Now the fifth part over here is the browser. This browser houses all the things that you are creating. So it's like a project tree. Here you have all the sketches of your project, the 2D sketches, that is all the bodies that are made from these sketches. You can see the origin over here, and you can change the unit from this one, from document settings. And when we are dealing with assembly, we will have different set of attachments over here that is called components that will be highlighted over here. And then we have this view cube. This view cube is what shows the orientation of your 3D model. This is basically the camera perspective. Here, as you can see, a home icon is made. So if you are making any changes and you click on home, you'll go to the home position. And next comes this canvas, this grid-like structure that you are seeing in which the 3D model is sitting. This is called canvas. So as the name suggests, this is the place in which you draw, in which you extrude, in which you create your 3D models, your assemblies, your rendering, and many more. And then we have navigation bar over here. Here you can change the views. You can make it a multiple view. You can adjust the grid settings. You can hide this background grid. You can change the environment. By default, it is photo booth. You can change it to these 5 options. Let's say it's dark sky. Let's change it again to, let's say, tranquility blue. It depends upon your convenience. In which environment you are comfortable to work with, choose that environment only. And then over here, we have some navigation tools. Let's say we are zooming too much out by scrolling the mouse. To zoom in and out, you have to scroll the mouse. If you are zooming too much in and we want to see our model clearly, we will click on this fit option. And if you don't want to scroll the mouse, you want to just zoom using the mouse clicks, so you can click on zoom over here, and using left mouse button you can drag it in and out. Now to get out of any command, get out of any navigation tools, you have to just press on exit. And then we have pen. When we switch on this one, we can left click and drag our model anywhere. This can be also done by pressing the middle mouse button and dragging it here and there. And then we have the most important navigation tool, that is orbit. You can click on orbit over here in the navigation bar and you can orbit your 3D model. The shortcut for the same is pressing shift in the keyboard and pressing the middle mouse button. This is the most convenient way, and my recommendation in this regard would be to use as much as keyboard shortcuts as you can to save the time and make yourself more proficient with the software. And finally we have the timeline over here. This timeline is what tells you what is happening in your project, whatsoever has happened in your project. So when we press on play, this will show all the steps that you have followed to create this particular model. So that's it for the graphical user interface. In the next video lecture, we will directly start with 2D sketching.